A very good morning to all dear students. I hope you all are doing well. So this video is for class 10th, subject science, chapter number 4, carbon and its compounds, and this is lecture number 9. So as we have started studying nomenclature of the carbon compounds, in the previous lecture we started how to write or how to nomenclate an organic compound, how to give names to an organic compound. We have seen the rules, and we have also seen the nomenclature of haloalkanes, alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Today we have to see the nomenclature of alcohols, aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. As esters are not there in the syllabus of your NCERT, so we'll be fixed or will be stick to only these 4 functional groups nomenclature. So let us start with nomenclature of alcohols. So as we know that alcohols, alcohols are the functional groups and they are written as ROH, where R is the alkyl group and dash OH is the functional group, alcohol functional group. Then what we have, let me tell you first what about alkyl. What is alkyl group? So we have actually these alkyl groups, or you can say alkyl word has been taken from alkanes. When we remove one hydrogen from it, then that remaining part of alkane becomes alkyl. Or you can say that for alkanes we have the general formula CnH2n plus 2. For alkyl groups we have the general formula as CnH2n plus 1. So this is the formula for alkyl group. So if we will be having CH3 as methyl, then C2H5 as ethyl and so on. So as we have to focus on the naming of the functional groups, so how we have to move on? First, in any formula we have some steps to do it. So the first step is, first we have to find the longest chain containing the functional group. And what is functional group here? OH. So longest carbon chain containing OH functional group, that we have to see first. Then as the carbon chain will be an alkane, so the word root, or you can say the parent chain, is alkane. So we have to see how many numbers of carbon atoms are present. Then we have to see the OH group, and OH group is, then what is the suffix which we use for OH group? That is ol. So we have to add up the parent chain with the secondary suffix. So as there is no primary suffixes there included in the parent chain now, so we have to name it as alkane and ol. But there was one rule that we have to remove the last word of the parent chain plus primary suffix, that is E, we have to remove because two vowels cannot stay together. So we have to remove E from the first part and then we have to join ol to it. So it will be called as alkanol. And there is no need to mention the position if alcohol is present at the terminals of the carbon chain, but we have to mention the name of the position of the alcohol group if it is not mentioned at the terminal groups. For example, suppose we have the smallest example we can have is CH3OH. So it is having just one carbon atom in it and we have OH group attached to it. So this is methane. We have to remove the E from it and then we have to mention the position of the secondary suffix for alcohol group. So this will become methanol. This is our first example. Now let us see another examples as well. So we can have CH3, CH2, CH2, OH. So now we have 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. So always give the priority to the functional group, that is alcohol here, that it comes at the lowest position or it gets the lowest position. So we have to start numbering the carbon atoms from where the functional group is attached. So we'll start counting from here. As we can see, there are 3 carbon atoms. So it will be a propane, and as this is at the first position, so we'll call it as propane 1-ol. So propane, then remove the E from here, then we have to mention the position. As it is, then we have to add the secondary suffix. Here it is 1, but in case of whenever OH group is at the first position, there is no need to mention the position of it and we directly add propane-ol. We have removed the E from here. So propanol will be the IUPAC name for this compound. Let us see another example. We have CH3, CH, CH2, CH3, and at the second carbon we have the OH group. Now as we have to give the numbering to the carbon atoms in such a way that OH group gets the lowest number, so we'll start counting from here: 1, 2, 3 and 4. So first we have to see the longest chain. So this is our longest chain. This is bute, as there are 4 carbon atoms present in it. Then at the second position we have functional group. So this is butane 2-ol. Because now there is a need to mention the position of alcohol group. Now it is not at the terminals. So it will be called as butane 2-ol. So how we have to name an alcohol? First we have to find out the longest chain containing the functional group. Then we have to find out how many number of carbon atoms are there. So that will be our alkane. Then we have to remove the E from it and add ol to it. Mention the position of alcohol group if it is not at the first position. Otherwise it should not be mentioned. And it should be mentioned in such a way. Then first we have to write the prefix if it is there. Then we have to write the alkane chain. Only we have to remove E here, and then we have to put a dash, and here we have to mention the position on which the OH group is attached. Then we have to write ol. And remember that if prefix is there, then only the first word of the prefix will be capital and other words will be in the smaller form. So as we were not having prefix now, so this alkane will be written as this way, alkanol. Yes, so the next is nomenclature of aldehydes. And aldehydes, we know that we have to write the aldehydes in such a way that R-CHO. CHO group is aldehyde group, aldehyde functional group. And how it is attached to the carbon, this R is again alkyl chain. And how it is attached? R, C, double bond O, H, or it can also be in the form of R, C, H, double bond O. So this way we can see that valency of the carbon are satisfied, and only this CHO is having only a single bond to be connected with the alkyl chain. As this CHO group or aldehyde group is having just a single bond to be connected with the alcohol chain, with the alkyl chain, that means this functional group will always be present at the terminals of the chain, and that is why this functional group is also called terminal functional group, that we have studied in the lecture number 7, I guess. So this will be always at the terminal, so there is no need to mention its position, because CHO group will always be given a priority when we are finding the parent chain. So let us see how it is done. Then what we have to do, if we have one compound containing aldehyde functional group, then we have to see the longest carbon chain first, which includes the CHO group. And how do we count the number of carbon atoms in the case of longest chain? Then we have to count the atoms which are present in the alkyl chain, that is R, and the functional group's carbon as well. So this way we are going to find out the longest carbon chain. Then that will be an alkane. Then we have to remove the E from alkane and add up an al, which is the secondary suffix used for aldehydes. Now let us do one example. So one example with the lowest number of carbon atoms is, because C double bond OH is the functional group, then at least one carbon, if it is attached, then it will be CH3COH. So this way we have to give the first position to the carbon which is coming into the functional group. So we have to name it as 1, and this will be our second carbon. So we have 2 carbon in the alkyl group, so it will be a eth. There is no substitutional group, so we will not look for the prefix here. And eth, as it will be a ethane, then we have to remove the E, so we will not mention E here, and we have to add up al here. So what the name will become? Ethanol. That is the IUPAC name for CH3COH. Now let us do one more example. If we have C2H5 and then C double bond OH. Now we have, this will be our first carbon, and then we will be having 2 and 3 in this side. So we'll be having a total of 3 carbon atoms, and first carbon atom, there is a presence of this aldehyde group. So we will call it as propane. Remove E, add al, so name will become propanol. So this is how we do the name nomenclature of an aldehyde. Ketone is C double bond O. C double bond O is this way. So we have R, C double bond O, R dash. Why R dash? Because here these R and R dash are 2 alkyl chains. R and R dash can be same, or they can be different. If R and R dash are same, that means on both the sides of ketone functional group we have same carbon chains, then they will be symmetrical ketones. And if they are different, then they will be unsymmetrical ketones. For ketone, as the word secondary suffix which is used is -one. So first, how we have to name it? So first we have to find out the longest chain which is having this C double bond O functional group. Then we have to name it as an alkane chain and remove E from the alkane chain, as 2 vowels cannot exist together, as we have O in the name of a secondary suffix also. From alkane chain or alkane, then we have to add -one to it. And one thing you have to make it clear that ketone functional group is a non-terminal functional group. So it will always come in the middle of the carbon chains, and there is a necessity to mention its position. because when it is there in between the carbon chains, then we should not assume that whether it is on first position or second, first or some other terminal group. Then it will always be somewhere in between. So there is a need to mention the position. And how we are going to mention the position? We have to write the name in such a way that alkane, remove E, then mention the position here, and then at the end we will write the secondary suffix used for ketones. So this way we are going to name it. So now let us have some examples. To the left of the carbon related to ketone group, and one carbon is there on the right side of it. So now we have to give the priority while finding the longest carbon chain, including the functional group, to the ketone functional group. So we will start counting from here: 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is our butane chain, which is having a carboxylic ketonic group in it. So while mentioning the position of the ketone group, we will write it as butane dash 2 dash one. If there would be any prefix, then we would have mentioned it before the parent chain. Now let us start with the nomenclature of carboxylic acids. So it is written as RCOOH, where R is the alkyl group and C double bond OH. So you can see here that all the oxygen, hydrogen, they have the valencies fulfilled, and only this carbon is having a single bond left to be made with the alkyl chain. So that is why this group, carboxylic acid, is called a terminal functional group. So it is a terminal functional group. As it is a terminal functional group, and when we consider the functional groups in any carbon compound, then we have to give it a first priority. So this will always come at the first position. So there is no need to mention the position of the carboxylic acid in the nomenclature. So now let us see how to name it. First thing that we have to do is to find the longest chain, which is containing the carboxylic acid. Longest chain. And we have to find out the number of carbon atoms. So while counting the number of carbon, we have to count the numbers present in R along with the functional group. So that carbon we also have to count. So this number of carbon atoms present in the alkyl group plus one carbon which is present in the carboxylic acid functional group. These we have to count to get the longest carbon chain. So that will be our alkane. Then we have to remove E from alkane, as two vowels cannot stay together. So, and then as oic acid is used as a secondary suffix for carboxylic acid, so this we have to add up with the alkanes. So let us see how to name it. Now let us have an example that we have C double bond OH. This will be the terminal group. So we'll start from here, that we have CH, then we have a CH3 group here and CH3 here as well. So first we have to find out the longest carbon chain. And this we have to give the priority. So this will be given a number 1. So this is 2 or this is 3. So this is our substitutional group. While naming, first we have to put the prefix here. Sorry, this is our prefix, substitutional group. So first we have to mention the name of the prefix along with its position. So we have 2-methyl. Write the name of methyl with the capital letters. 2-methyl, and this is having a 3 carbon chain. So it will be a propane, propane, remove E, dash, then mention the position. As there is no need to mention the position, so we can directly add up oic propanoic acid. So for this compound, the IUPAC name is 2-methyl propanoic acid. Now let us see today's homework. Question number 1 is, draw the structure for the following compounds. First, A. ethanoic acid, B. bromopentane, C. butanol, D. hexanol. Question number 2 is, how would you name the following compounds? First is CH3CH2Br, second is HCH double bond O, third is CH3CH2CH2CH2 C triple bond CH. So this is your homework for lecture number 9, and keep practicing for the nomenclature of all these homologous series, like we have done it for alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, homoalkanes. Along with it, we have done today the nomenclature for alcohols, aldehydes, carboxylic acids and ketones. So more the examples you will do for naming, more it will come to your concept. This will clear your concept. So keep practicing and take care. Goodbye.